All right, so this video is going to go through and show you how to set up an MLA formatted, paper. It's very easy. It's very simple. This is how you have to set up your papers in an English class. This is not the only way to set up essays for the rest of your life, but while you're here, this is the format that we are using. First things first, I'm going to create a new document, and this will all start the same way, whether or not you're using your Google Drive, a blank Microsoft Word document, or your school email address with Microsoft 365. So we're starting with a blank document, and we're going to go from there. But first things first, we need something called a header. And the header goes up here. And what you need for that is, if that shows up there, you want to space it down once. We are going to insert a page number. And we want it in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm just going to tab it until it goes over. And what I'm going to do is not that. Well, we'll just do this for now. I just want to make sure that this is in the upper right-hand corner. And you see this is all on one line. So I have my header. Now the reason why I start with the page number first is because it is pretty much the standard way to make sure that your page numbers change with each page that you're typing. If you were to just type your last name and then the number 1 on every page thereafter, if you didn't do it with adding a page number, all of your pages would say your last name and 1, and we don't want that. So now what I'm going to do is do my heading. And this is my heading. It is 4 lines long. It is your name. It is the teacher's name. It is what class this is. So if you're a freshman, you would write 9. If you would write senior, you would write 12. College-bound English, 9 or 12. And then the date is as follows. Date, month, year. So when you are typing this out, if we were going by today's date, it would look like this. Okay, that's if you need an example. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my font size is 12-point font. I'm going to make sure that my line spacing is double spaced. And we're going to click double. This way I don't have to keep on pressing ... because an MLA formatted paper is double spaced the whole way through, and it should automatically come with 1-inch margins on all sides. Next, what I need is a title. And that is where my title will go. And then I will bring this back over to the right side. Now in the past, MLA formatted papers used to always have to be Times New Roman, size 12 font. Now it can be a few different fonts. You could choose Arial, Calibri, Cambria, Courier New, Georgia. You could still use Times New Roman if you wish. You just have to use a font that is legible. So don't use that. Don't use that. Don't use that. Try not to use that. You don't want to make it too flowery. We're going to keep it really simple. So just stick to those ones for now. We can see that this is double spaced. So then I'm just going to hit the tab button once on the left-hand side of the keyboard, tab, and that's going to be my spacing. Okay, that's how I did that. You see that my font size is pretty standard. Size 12. It's double spaced. I have my last name and the page number in that upper right hand corner. I have my proper heading. And the heading, this goes just on page 1. So all of this is only on the first page of your essay. Your header should go on every single page, and it should all be on the upper right hand side. Your last name and the page number should be on the upper right hand side of your paper, and this, your heading, should just be on the first page. Now, if I'm going somewhere different with this, we're going to go and we're going to set up the Works Cited page. So I'm just going to go down to the second page, and you see how it automatically went to Student 2. I'm going to center. I'm going to type Works Cited. It is no longer a bibliography. And I'm going to do what I need to do. So make sure it goes in alphabetical order. All right. And it goes by author's last name. If no author is available, then you go by the title of the work. Now what I want to do is, this looks right, but it's actually not. Here's what I need you to do now. This second line, I need you to indent it. Now, you simply can't just hit space, and you simply can't just push tab, because it's going to take it back to this first portion. So here's what I want you to do so that you know that this will all be set up properly. You're going to hit the enter button. You're going to hit that space bar 5 or 6 times. All right. So here's how I'm going to set this up for you. Last name, comma, first name, title of piece. Where it is from, if from a website or a bigger anthology of stories. When it was published, written, where you got it, and then when you got it. And I'm going to do this thing again. Enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called a hanging indent. You need that for the works cited page. Now, what I typed here is pretty standard procedure for when you are writing an MLA formatted works cited page. They will not always look like this. This is pretty standard for when you're getting things online. We're going to go over in class how to set it up when you have a book. Okay? Hopefully this helps you out when it comes to setting up an MLA formatted paper. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask.